Not really.
Hello, welcome back to BSA Live. I'm Tony Boldy, Teacher Tony to these youngsters, these up-and-coming rock stars. These are the next generation. I think their company's called Take Two Crew, if I'm correct. I'm very excited. We're going to showcase some of their work tonight for our directors and producers, which we have on. It's kind of like American Idol, right? Where the directors and producers and casting directors get to critique our young starlets and hopefully propel their career forward and maybe even work with them in the future. All right, so we're gonna get our show started. Mila, can you play, let's go with Cindy's opening. Do you have the link to Majestic? And let's see if we can hear it this time. Cindy is one of our industry professionals that she will be watching you guys. And we're gonna play her link all the way, oh, there you go, right above Cindy. Yeah, these are some photos that I'm gonna show as well. Those are photos, it should be right after your photos. So go through the photos, should be right here. There you go. So play her Majestic Stinger, second one. See it right there? Yeah, play that.
Okay.
All right, guys. This is Cindy's company called Majestic, and she is a big wig over at Viacom.
Okay. Starts at about 3 seconds.
That's Cindy Villarreal. She will be watching you today. She's, I can take you off mute for 2 seconds, Cindy, just to introduce you. Cindy, you want to say hi to the young starlets and star makers? Where you at, Sin? We'll get Cindy to say hi.
Hey there. I don't know what happened with that video. It seemed like it was playing a little slow. It's usually pretty upbeat and fast. So nice to be with you guys. I have been watching all of your classes. I have seen such a huge improvement in some of you. Congratulations on that. And I'm really looking forward to working with you guys in the future. I know I will be, because I'm always looking for young up and coming talent, especially kids that you know, we can introduce into some of our shows. One of these days, Tony, I'd love to show you some of my stars, you know, the ones that we've discovered and that are, you know, in all of the major magazines and Just Jared TV, and that are just, you know, in a lot of TV shows and stuff. So these are kids that you know, started out on my shows and have really made it big. So I'm excited.
It's funny you should say that. Mila, will you hit the teaser for the American Secret Diary of American Cheerleader? This is season 3. You have what, 6 episodes, 6 years, I think, of 6 seasons?
4.
4? I think you have more, 5. You were starting your 5th season before the lockdown.
Well, yeah, we start early on those.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll play this real quick, and then I'll just introduce who's watching today, and then we'll get into the book.
Sorry. Okay.
Seems like a little slow there.
That's okay. We
All right, I guess it's just the last.
Dear Diary, I wish I had some juicy secrets for you, tales of adventure and excitement, but the truth of it is, I'm just not that girl. I'm just boring Lexi Adams, the only Tri-City elite cheerleader in history to never have a boyfriend.
As you guys know, our very first competition is just 4 weeks away. So we need to get into the zone. It doesn't matter how tight your abs are. We need to get our head in the game.
Okay, you are so busted. You've been hiding something, haven't you?
Okay, so maybe it's sort of a new boyfriend. Josh, the only guy immune to my awkwardness. We met when he started following me on Instagram. His comments were always sweet and hilarious. Next, he started texting me, and from there, we started Snapchatting. I've never felt so connected with someone before.
You never even met the guy. I mean, he could be like 40 years old, or a total creep, or a total fake out.
Oh my gosh.
Can you Tri-City walk much?
I'm so sorry, Ashlyn. I can get you some napkins.
Seriously, you guys are as clumsy with your drinks as you are with your stunts. More like stumbles and tumbles. Can you believe she just said that? Who does she think she is?
I need poise and precision from each and every one of you. And Lacey, if you mess up on that pass one more time, I swear to the cheer gods you're gonna regret it. That goes for all of you.
All right, thank you, Mila. Kelsey's trying to get in as well, Mila, just so you know.
All right.
So you guys, that's just a little sample of some of the stuff that Cindy does, and she uses relatively unknowns, and then they become big influencers and superstars. So it's a great platform. We're thinking of some shows for all of you guys. Just know that that's in the works. Let's show really quick Rick's trailer for How Sweet It Is. This was nominated, the music was nominated for multi Academy Awards, but we'll talk about that when Riker interviews Rick, okay?
All right, let's share.
So just go ahead and play How Sweet It Is, and then we'll get right into the work, guys. Thanks.
How sweet it is.
Awesome.
You know what I did before this? Yeah, you were a degenerate gambler. Before that, I was a director. Fancy that. We should wear gloves when we do this.
Jack Cosmo.
I haven't been in the business in 10 years.
Jack Cosmo. Jack Cosmo!
I'm sorry, is there something that you're trying to tell me?
I have in mind an idea for a show.
Oh, God.
This is going to be your comeback.
You gotta adjust for the wind, Bob.
If you kill me, you'll never get your money back.
I got plenty of money. What I don't have is entertainment.
It's like looking into the eyes of God. You want me to write and direct an original musical using deadbeats and criminals?
Is that or is that not a succinct summation of the situation?
Oh, yeah, what did he say? Well, yeah, oh, yeah. He owes us for drugs.
First, give me $50 so I can buy crack. Ooh, that would be a very, very, very nice thing.
I am the boss of you. I am the boss of you.
10 years ago, this guy was huge.
10 years ago, my wife didn't look like her mother.
Your father called.
You know, it'd be helpful if we could get somebody in that theater.
The estrogen, it was good, I swear.
The musical now has a voice.
Your dad is writing again.
Good for him.
No, not so much. Your dad isn't doing so great. He's trying. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Second, try again.
Third.
Higher.
Okay, he's really trying.
Welcome to showbiz, kid.
How sweet it
Very, very nice. Big round of applause. Everybody's hands high in the air. Let's give some love to our producers that are watching us. So Rick, you want to say something really short so we can get into the work, but I want to introduce Rick. Rick will be watching you as well. Rick Finkelstein. Where'd you go, Ricky Rick?
There he is.
Yeah, come say hi, Rick.
There we go. I was on mute. Sorry.
Okay.
No, it was every bit of music in it was all original. And we made it to the end, to the final round for 3 Oscars and 4 Grammys. And that's when you had to start using advertising dollars, which we barely had enough to make the movie. So we had no advertising money, and we were against Frozen. And Frozen had, millions and millions. But
yeah,
the movie was awesome. Eddie Griffin was also in it. You didn't get to see Eddie in that clip. And it was a lot of fun to make that movie.
So Rick, if I was to say without speaking for you, would you really be looking at these potential stars, up and coming stars, for other roles in your other movies? Because I don't.
Well, I can tell you right now, I have a movie being released Halloween called Camp Twilight. It has the 6 stars are all under 18 years old.
Oh, well, there we go, guys. So
they're all kids. There's 3 girls and 3 guys, and it's a horror movie. Somehow, after that musical comedy, we kind of got pigeon marked into making horror. Well, we made one more mob comedy, and then we made a bunch of horror movies.
Yeah, garlic and gunpowder and garlic, right?
Garlic and gunpowder.
Yeah, garlic.
I'm half Sicilian.
Ah, there we go.
There you go. Hey,
okay.
My uncle was half Sicilian and half Jewish. If he didn't get it on sale, he took it.
Okay,
hey, I'm half Puerto Rican, half Sicilian, so I'm sort of Rican.
Cool. So we're gonna get into the work, guys, because we've got a lot of work today. I just wanted you to know the 2 that you're primarily reading for, and then our other producer is going to jump on a little bit later. The one that did that $30 million feature, original Netflix original. Hopefully he'll jump on later. If not, he'll catch us next week as well. We've got Adrian who came back. Adrian Carr, thank you so much for watching the kids. I know you're working. He's always working, but it's an honor to have him watch us, and he does make comments. And then we have Peter, of course. We're going to talk to Peter a little bit later. Riker's going to interview our 2 celebrity guests at this point. We've got Avery, our director, up-and-coming director. Avery's going to be directing some of my shorts and features. We're working on that now. Adrian, meet Avery. Avery, meet Adrian. You 2 are going to work together on some stuff. So just so you guys know each other. And then Kelsey's back. Kelsey's one of my graduates, and she's an actress, just plain and simple. She is an actress, a working actress now. And she's going to do some stuff tonight, I think a monologue. And then we've got all of the students that are working with us. Okay, so let's get right into the work. Let's go into Reese's scene first, because they're actually putting makeup on. They're committed to doing the makeup, and then they'll be all made up for the rest of class. Okay, so let's go with Mila and Reese first. Does that work for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Reese, are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Wait, can we put her here?
Where are you at, Reese?
Okay, Reese.
Okay, so what they're doing now, I'll talk you guys through it. They're prepping. They're going to commit to business. Today is going to be really focused on activities, business, commitment to your choice of activity, right? Theirs is putting makeup on today. So we're going to start out, everybody with your mics off. After she gets her hair up, we're going to warm up with a mirror exercise. So everybody is going to do what I do. And then just make sure if I'm doing it with my left hand, you're doing it with your left hand, okay? So simply put, if I put my hands here, everyone that wants to play, put your hands to the monitor, to your camera. And so if I put one hand up and one hand down, you guys all want to make sure you're doing the right hand. So Zach, you're backwards, okay? And then you're going to go the other way, okay? Then we're going to go like this. See how I turn my hands? And you're going to try to match. See how I'm using the wide of the frame? I'm out of frame, I'm in frame. So all those little details matter. I'm closing them up. I'm turning them around. I'm opening it up. and then back to this position. This is called the mirror exercise. So Mila and Reese, I want you to do the mirror exercise, just the two of you guys right now. So Mila and Reese, go ahead and do that.
Hold it. Where's Reese? There we go. Okay.
So Mila, you lead, Reese, you follow. So Reese's fingers are open, Mila's are open, thumbs are closed. See the details we're looking for. Now the Spock or the Star Trek, that's hard to do.
Can't do that.
Yeah, it's okay, just follow. Don't go too fast, Mila. Make sure she follows you. You want to work together as one. So you don't want to go too fast. You want her to match you. There you go. It's backwards, Reese. There you go. And slow. Don't lose her, Mila. You guys are working together. Get other eye, Reese. There you go. A little bit more, and then we're going to start your scene. Okay, thumbs. Okay, that's the warm-up. Now let's do, just between Mila and Reese, let's do some vocal warm-ups, and we'll start our show. So Mila, do one.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, how many pecks of Peter? No. How
Pecks of pickled.
How many packs of pickled peppers did Peter pick?
Perfect. Reese, what you got?
Sally sells seashells by the seashore. If Sally sells seashells by the seashore, how many seashells did Sally sell?
Okay, I think you guys are warmed up. You guys ready for your scene? Now again, when you're doing makeup, Reese, follow Mila. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm going to give you an action, and I want you to commit first to your business. Make sure you're emotionally connected. And then when you're ready, Reese, then you start. Just don't take too long, but when you're ready, Reese, make sure you're really connected before you start. Reese, you're 11 now, right? You just turned 11?
Uh-huh.
And Mila, you're 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so very young adults. Here we go. And commit. Pre-scene. Pre-scene. Get in your business. Emotions. Starting emotions. Think about your opening emotions. Reese, you're already ahead of Mila. You got to follow Mila.
Okay.
Watch what she's doing, just like the mirror exercise. This is all stuff you do before the camera rolls. There you go. Now I feel like they're connected, and action.
Wish I could be just like you.
Hey, don't act silly, okay? I don't have time.
It's not silly. You're the smartest girl in school. Boys fall over themselves when you walk down the street. You're so pretty, it hurts. And I'm just a lump.
Come on, you're not a lump.
You've never been a lump. You wouldn't know if you fell over it.
Well, if I'm so damn perfect, then why is everything so mixed up in my head?
Mixed up about what?
I don't know. Things just, they don't make sense sometimes. I'm confused, and all of a sudden I get scared.
Scared about what?
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. It just feels like 1 minute, all I can think about is packing my bags and catching the next bus. And then the other minute, I'm scared that once I do get out into the outside world, I'll just get eaten alive.
That's dumb. Marie, you've got a scholarship to Duke, and you're going to be living in the dorms. No one's going to eat you.
Sometimes I think about maybe just staying here, or getting a job, getting married like everybody else.
Marry who?
Somebody. I don't know.
Billy Sanders?
God, no. Absolutely not. Do you remember when we were kids and Mom would tell us that when everything was mixed up, all we had to do was talk to the man in the moon?
And we'd have to talk until we were sure we told him everything. And so we'd have all the pieces, like a puzzle.
Right. Yep. And then when we'd go to sleep, he'd just, he'd figure out our puzzle and put it all together.
Yeah, well, that's kid stuff, Marie. We're too old for make-believe.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Let's get this hair out, girl. I gotta go. I'm late, but when am I not late? Honestly. Okay, well, this is just gonna have to do. I'll see you in the morning, all right? I gotta go. I love you.
Love you.
Bye.
And cut. Hands high in the air. Give them lots of love. Total appreciation. So you guys see the difference when we bring business to words and we're committed to our activity, not trying to be actors. We're committed to the activity. And do you see how you're more subtle? You notice watching, the weeks with Mila that there was no grimacing and mugging this time, that she was very natural. So that's the reason I'm adding this business, is to work on just bringing everybody less is more, less is more, less to be real. Okay. And that was your first take. I mean, I'm sure if we did it one more time, it'd be even smoother. And, so we're going to talk to everybody a little bit later. So producers and directors, remember what you saw. We're going to push through the work and then get into talking with everybody. But you guys, just one time. Good job. Okay.
Thank you.
Let's do another scene. Let's do Kendall Riker. You want to do Kendall Riker and Mila, since you're right there? Is that too much work for you, Mila? She's got a little bit part for Kendall and Riker.
Also, I'm going to continue doing my makeup because I only really did my foundation. So
okay.
I'm not distracted.
Wow.
I don't know what any of that is, but cool.
Okay, so Riker, Kendall, we're going to warm you up. Riker, do a vocal warm-up. Come on, you know what I do.
I'm feeling great. You already did that.
Simple one.
Kendall taught me this one earlier today. A black bug blood. Okay, what? Black bug's blood on a blackboard.
Do it again.
It's so weird. Black bug's blood on a blackboard. Wow,
you're visualizing what you're seeing, not just saying words, right? We're not just reading the telephone book. See the black blood.
Black bug's blood on a blackboard. Black bug's blood on a blackboard. Black bug's blood on a blackboard.
See how much easier it is when you see what you're saying?
Much easier.
Yeah. Otherwise, why say it? It's just words in a telephone book.
Just that black bug's blood on a blackboard.
Perfect. And Kendall, what you got? Turn your mic on.
Oh, I have Betty Butter bought some butter. She put it in her batter and it made her batter bitter. So Betty Butter bought some more butter. She put it in her batter and it made her batter better.
Boom! You guys are getting smart. You're warming up.
That was a tough one.
It's
good.
Teach
me that one too. I'm just.
Yeah. Right. See, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to warm up before class. So then when I warm you up during class, you're already warmed up.
I warmed up before.
All right. You guys did great. All right. You guys ready to do your scene? Mila, everybody, all three of you. We've never done a 3-person scene in class yet.
Cold read. Sorry, just wanted to put that up.
Yeah, well, what's that class? It was the Star Wars thing. Reese was kind of.
There you go. That was a scene. That was a scene. This is a cold read.
Right. Okay.
This is the rhythm's different, right? Once we prepared it.
It's my room. I will stop putting my head off.
Are you prepping?
Bam, fixed. Okay.
Your props. Everybody use the props. Kendall, you know what you're doing physically?
Yeah.
And Mila, you know what you're doing physically? This is a class about business.
Okay.
Activities.
Yeah.
So always have an activity.
All right.
I'm gonna come out of that door.
Okay, I'll see you when you do it.
Okay.
Okay. Commit to your activity. I'm going to be watching your activities. I want to make sure I believe you.
Less is more. Less is more. Let's do it.
Just be honest. What propels you forward? What's the next right action? What did you hear? What made you do what you did because you heard it? How do you respond? Don't fake it. Be it. Okay? You guys are great. You guys are great. Here we go. You guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
Adrian, I need your help.
Handle it yourself.
Couple of weeks and Dad'll be dead 4 years.
Shut up.
Memory came back to me, and I came home after everything happened. I saw you crying into your pillow so hard that it was soaking wet.
Shut up. Please.
I wish you loved me that much. Asshole.
No. Like, you're so messed up for bringing that up. You're so messed up. You even realize how sick in the head you are for bringing that up.
I'm sorry that you feel guilty for never caring about anyone but yourself.
Oh yeah, totally. That's totally exactly it.
Face it, you're obsessed with yourself.
Oh my God.
Your report card on the refrigerator like you're 5 years old. Hey, everybody, look at me. I pooped in the big boy potty.
Nadine, shut up, please.
Do you even know what it feels like to love another human being? Do you?
Dramatic. You're so dramatic. No, life ain't fair. Just deal with it.
I swear to God, Adrian, I am going to clock you.
Don't touch me, man.
Stop saying stuff like that.
Don't touch me. Just calm down right now.
Stop it. Okay, I don't know what's the matter with you, but I know what this is about.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Krista and Darian are a thing. You guys think I don't know things, but I know things.
God, I'm leaving.
No, you're not. Where do you think you're going?
I'm taking a therapeutic walk in the park.
Get back here.
No.
Oh my God, Darren. I can't believe you.
Don't worry about it.
You think it's worth turning this house into a war zone?
How am I supposed to respond to that? Okay, I'm not turning this house into a war zone. She is. Why don't you talk to her?
Because, Darian, she doesn't listen to me. You do.
Sam.
Okay, guys. How do you guys feel?
Good. I like
Good, right? The first time I ran it through.
Yeah.
You're just helping them out, Mila. But Riker and Kendall, how do you guys feel?
Felt good. I'm really trying to look at the camera, and it's definitely different. But
Yeah, it's all technical because we're doing it on Zoom, which is hard. But
yeah,
for what we got to work with, I think you guys are getting there. You're being less and less and less. You're being more subtle.
less and less. Yes, absolutely.
Sometimes it's hard to hear you, but that's, again, these are technical difficulties. But for the most part, emotionally, right? Did you guys feel like you were emotionally connected, or do you think, could you tell when you weren't in and when you were? Like Kendall, did you feel when you were in and when you were out, or were you in the whole time?
I felt like towards the end I started slipping a little bit.
You started what?
Like slipping a little bit, like I wasn't as completely connected.
Did you try something physically you hadn't rehearsed?
No.
So you rehearsed all your movement?
Yeah.
Okay. And Riker, did you rehearse all your movement?
Yes, but I tried a couple new movement things that just felt right in the moment.
So you guys took a risk. Were you listening to each other?
Yes.
Okay.
I just,
all right.
it felt good. I stayed emotionally connected. It was easier because, when you raise the stakes, you make it huge, and you're acting huge. It's hard to relate to that. But this was just me playing me, and just me playing me. If something happened to my dad, which could have easily happened because something happened to him, but.
Yeah. Well, I think it was good. It's our first 3-person scene, and obviously you didn't have any time to really rehearse with Mila. So I think for the first run, I think it was great. And we'll talk to the producers in a little bit if they remember this. And they can take some notes, and then we'll get back to the producers. Moving on, you guys. Big round of applause. Thank you, guys. Kendall, you're 14. Kendall's, you're 14. 15 now. She's 15, and we already know Mila's age. And Riker, you're how old?
I'm 14.
14. Okay, so these are young teen tweens. Okay.
How old's Mila?
Mila's.
I'm 14, almost 15.
Oh, twinsies, except for they're gonna be 15.
So, Holden, what do you have? What are you working on?
I'm working on a scene. I'm working on a scene with Mila.
Okay, so let's get Mila out of the way, and then she can rest the rest of the class. So, Mila, let's do the last one.
Sorry.
She's cold reading with you, right?
Yes, it's.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, it's not entirely a cold read, but.
Okay, let's just see.
Yeah, we know we're doing that. We're good.
Sounds good. Holden, do a vocal warm up.
Okay. The big black bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. The big black bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. The big black bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood.
Okay, perfect. Mila, you warmed up still?
I'm buttery good. I don't know, whatever. That was stupid.
Okay, it's good. Okay, you guys do. Everyone turn your mic off because you're stealing their camera. If you even cough, it jumps to your camera. So just everybody mute their cameras and let our mics.
No.
Mute your mic.
No.
All right, here we go. Mila and Holden, you guys take it on your own.
You're stoned.
Am I? No. No, I'm not.
I am.
Are you? You are not. You know, I'm so dry.
You're stoned.
Is that part of it?
You'll probably get hungry too.
Yeah. Should I feel that too?
You don't have to feel anything.
Are you hungry?
No, I'd like some water though.
Me too. Do you want some?
Oh, no, thank you.
What?
Oh, I already had some, Jenny. Thank you.
Some what?
You asked.
Oh, water. See, I couldn't even remember what we're talking about.
Yeah, see, you forget when you're high.
Oh, God. Are you high?
I'm potted.
Potted. That is beautiful. Jesus.
You're really high right now, huh?
Jesus.
That's twice you said Jesus.
You're kidding.
No, you said it 2 times. She never swears.
I didn't even remember I said it once.
Say son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, say kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass, you son of a bitch. Oh my God. Jesus, that's 3. Wait. Stop. You're gonna wake the kids. Let's just.
Oh my God.
Let's just.
For God's sake, Jenny.
We're gonna get evicted.
Oh, Jenny, you're terrific. You're the girl I should have married.
Listen, I know a darling girl in this building that you will just love.
What?
Well, when are you gonna get married?
What?
I mean it. To me, a person's not complete until he's married.
Complete enough. We're better off the way we are. At least that's what I hear.
Oh. Do you mean that?
No. Well, frankly, sometimes I'd like to be single.
Oh, that's not even funny.
It has nothing to do with you.
I'm your wife.
And that's the way I like it. But don't you wish you could be single again? I mean, just for an hour even?
No. Could you make it 2 hours?
All right, guys, big round of applause for a very, very good cold read. So I gave these guys a couple notes, not many, but I gave them a couple notes on how to ebb and flow and how to just kind of ham it up a little bit. And they took all my notes. So you guys were great. And Mila, I didn't get to work with you one-on-one. It's good that Holden could transfer the notes to you. The 2 thing was great. You found your peaks and values. You listened. I really think for a cold read, this would have been a callback. I would have called you back. Okay. We're going to go to the producers later. They're going to critique this as well. I appreciate you guys. Big round of applause. We're trying to push through all the work. Let's see. Kelsey Lee. Kelsey Lee, are you ready or do you need some time? She's over there. She jumped on with us. Kelsey Lee. Kelsey Lee, where you at? All right. Let's see. Reese. I know you're putting your makeup on, Reese. Reese. All right. Good. There you go. Reese,
Yes?
tell us a riddle.
Oh, okay. 1 minute. Okay, hold on.
Throwing curveballs.
I think I'm gonna get this one.
Okay.
I'm just.
Because I was just searching it up, and then, yeah, that's why. I was, wait.
She's pulling her riddles up.
Oh, shit, okay. Oh,
All right, we're waiting for Kelsey Lee. I'm buffering for time. Anybody have a knock-knock joke?
Oh.
Knock, knock.
I have one.
I got one.
I have one.
Peter has one too.
Let's get Reese real quick. Go ahead, Reese.
There are two people near the river, and both of them want to get to the other side. The boat can only take one of them, but they got across. How?
There's a bridge.
They swam.
It's a small river. They took a helicopter.
They jumped.
They're secretly proficient in gymnastics, and they backflipped over that thing.
There was a mine that went under. A subway system in New York goes under the river.
Let's just say that it's a lot simpler.
One was floating and the other one was on top of them. One was floating, one was sitting on him while he was
They're
floating.
gonna take one person?
I kicked their asses to the other side of the river.
They got married.
All right. Hold on. I'm losing the show. Reese, give us a clue.
It's a lot simpler than you think it is.
If you can't even give us a clue, it's probably pretty simple.
You can't tell me there's no violence.
Can you say the riddle one more time?
Okay. There are two people near the river, and both of them want to get to the other side. On the other side.
I know. One of them is already on the other side.
Huh?
No.
No, wait. I didn't hear you.
Is one of them already on the other side?
Uh-uh.
Are they both on the other side?
Let's just do a different one.
One answer. Mom, I did it.
What's the answer, Reese?
Mother?
I don't really know what it means, but it says they were on different sides of the river.
Okay.
That's what Mila said.
Okay.
But it was on the other side. It didn't matter. They both want to get to the other side.
Okay,
So
guys.
They just went one and then one.
Cut. This is just filler. All right, let's go into more work. Zach, what you got?
I got a one log right here.
All right. You warmed up? You want to do a warm-up? Vocal warm-up?
Rubber baby buggy bumper, rubber baby buggy bumper, rubber baby buggy bumper, rubber baby buggy bumper, rubber.
Good job. Everybody's warmed up this week. I love it. All right, go do your monologue.
All right, let me just grab my pop real quick. Just gotta.
Cool. And I'm trying to get to you, Kelsey Lee. If you're anywhere, you can hear me. Come on.
Kelsey.
Okay, go for it, Zach. Everyone, turn your mics off. Turn your mics off. Peter and who else? Turn yours off.
Gotta get to my area.
Holding your mics on.
You can see that, right? That?
Yes, I can see it. All right, I'm going to mute too.
All right. Can you hear me? Or can you hear me from here?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're great. Go for it.
All right, yeah. Oh, 1 second. I think I forgot one last thing. Yeah, that's it. It just really sucks. You understand? You understand. No, don't understand. You think just because you have your certificate and your PhD on the wall, you magically know how I'm feeling? You're a jerk. I get it. You're doing your job. You're making your money. You probably never care about anyone in your life. But I do care. Too much. That's probably why I'm going crazy. Every time I see a woman that even slightly resembles my mom, I think she's gonna turn around and it'll be her there, smiling at me, but I'll never get to see her. And my mom, she's gone. She's dead. And if I cry, then that means I accept that she really is just gone. But I can't do that. Do you understand that? That I can't let my mom be gone? And yeah. That's it. So.
Okay, how do you feel?
Well, it's not as good as the time I practiced it, but.
Right, well, it's always the case. So what I would do is if you're going to be upstage like that, I would start upstage, but then I would find a reason to at least sit up. And then from there, maybe even find a way to get closer to us. Right?
Yeah.
So since I can't move the camera to you, then it's up to you to move into the camera, right? That's one of the restraints we have because of Zoom. So you can start back there, but I want you to do a couple lines laying down. I want you to sit up, spin yourself around and sit up and say, you're a jerk. And then you're having confrontation, right? And then from there, I want you to walk over like you're nose to nose with him, and then sit down at the monitor. So let's make the assumption you're talking to the man on the other side of the computer like I'm talking to you right now. So I'm your therapist in COVID, and I'm using Zoom, and you and I are having a session, okay? So I need you to go from the bed to sit up to move to me, and then I'll cut you off before it's over.
All right.
And commit to getting madder. I want you more emotional. Yell, scream, whatever you have to, okay?
All right, yeah.
Give him one more shot.
All right, yeah.
Okay. Punch the bed if you have to. Slap your pillow. Hit your legs. I want you. This is not comedy.
I'm a pillow.
I know you're always afraid someone's watching you. That's okay. I'll get you through it. So just punch the bed really quick. Just hit your hands on the bed and then start. Hit it again. Again. Hit it more. More. Zach, hit that bed. Hit it. Kick your feet. Have a temper tantrum. Come on, temper tantrum. Okay, start your monologue. Go.
All right. Yeah.
Don't talk. Stay in character. Have a temper tantrum. Kick your bed. Kick your hands, your bed. Be a baby.
No box, because nothing moves. Yeah.
All right. Beat the bed up and then start your monologue. Go.
You understand? You understand. No, you don't understand. You think just because you have your PhD and your certificate on the wall that you magically know what I'm feeling? You're a jerk. You know what? I'm gonna take a seat over here. You're doing your job. You're making your money. You never care about anyone in your life. I'm probably going crazy because I do care too much. I mean, every time I see a woman that slightly resembles my mom, I think she's gonna turn around and it'll be her, here, now, alive, smiling at me, but never to see her. I mean, yesterday I punched my fist through a window. And I can't cry because if I cry that I accept that she really is just gone. Do you understand that? That I can't let my mom be gone?
Okay. Do you feel different now? A little bit more?
It felt a bit different, yeah.
So I know you have in your hand a squeeze ball. Show me you have it.
Yeah, I have like a...
You squeeze it? Okay. And what about the other hand's wrapped up in a bandage, right? No. No. That was your prop and you didn't do it. Remember you put your hand through the window and you were going to show us your bandage?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. But props help. Props help. Business helps. Today's a class about business and activity. Okay. Very good. When you beat the bed up, I believed you. And then it kind of wore off and you kind of went back to what you do. But in the beginning, a couple lines, you were there, Zach. I see you have it in you. I know you have it in you, and we're going to bring it out of you, okay? I think you're just so worried about what people are going to think of you. I think you're worried about your family or people are listening, and I'm going to get you over that. Okay. If I was there physically with you in our Van Mar Academy, and Adrian can attest, we would hold you and make you scream, get your hands off me, get your effing hands off me, get off me. And you're so emotionally engaged, it's easy. But I'm not there. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But we'll make do. This is Zoom, and we'll do what we can until we get back together. But for the most part, you took direction. You were better the second time in the first half. The second half, you kind of petered off again. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got it in you. We're just going to keep working on bringing it out. And that's just method. It's emotional connection, sense memory. We just need to work on your memory, on your senses, triggers.
Yeah.
Your happy trigger, sad trigger, anxious trigger. You know, we're going to work on all those. Okay. So round of applause. Zach's getting better and better each week. I'm really proud of him. Ella, you want to go, Ella? Okay. Turn your mic on. Oh, Zach, how old are you?
I'm 13.
You're 13. Ella, how old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11. Okay. So Ella, this is a brand new monologue for you. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And I have not seen it, nor have I worked on it with you. So why don't you do it for us and let's see what we got. Oh, wait. Vocal warm up. You got any vocal warm ups?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? A woodchuck wood. A woodchuck woodchuck wood. A woodchuck could chuck wood.
Love it. Very good. She's warmed up too. You guys are really good this time. Okay. So Ella, I don't know what you're going to do. So you just tell me what you're going to do.
Everybody mute. Sorry.
Okay. Here we go. Everyone's on mute. Turn your your microphones off, Zach. Who else is on? Nobody else is on. Okay, cool. So all Ella.
Have any of you seen a toad? A boy named Neville's lost one. Oh, you're doing magic. Well, let's see then. Are you sure that's a real spell? It's not very good, is it? For example, Oculus Reparo. That's better, isn't it? Holy cricket! You're Harry Potter. I'm Hermione Granger. And you are? Pleasure. Well, we're pretty close to the school now, so I'm sorry. I messed up. My cat jumped up.
Okay. Everybody knows my pet peeve, right? We don't break character. Even if we totally bomb, we fight our way back on track. We do everything we can to because we know the through line, we know what we're trying to accomplish. Just because we're not word perfect, that's okay. The director will give you a second take. But you might have been doing something that I thought was going to be great for the edit. And then you cut, and then now I can't use it. And I have an editor, Adrian, shaking his head. So never cut yourself, even if it's the most painful experience in your life. Let the director cut you. I'll see it's time to cut. Okay, just trust your director. Okay, but that accent, oh my God. Are you from, where are you from?
I was born in California, but now I live in North Carolina. But my best friend's dad is British.
So you just picked that up on your own, or you've done dialect coaching?
My best friend has taught me a little bit of stuff because she's more experienced.
Tony.
What?
You know that I'm taking notes, and since she cut, the only thing written on my pad right now is great accent.
Wow, that's because he's engaged. He doesn't have time to write. He's engaged. So Ella, I love it so far. So let's not break character. Let's try it one more time. Okay. Wow. I've never seen this, so this is new to me. Go ahead and mute, Rick.
Have any of you seen a toad? A boy named Neville's lost one. Oh, you're doing magic. Well, let's see then. Are you sure that's a real spell? It's not very good, is it? I've tried a few simple spells myself, and they've all worked just fine. For example, Oculus Reparo. That's better, isn't it? Holy cricket! You're Harry Potter. I'm Hermione Granger. And you are? Pleasure. Well, nobody in my family is magic at all, so it was ever such a surprise when I got my letter, but I was so pleased, of course. Now I expect we'll be arriving at school soon, so you two better put on your robes. Oh, and by the way, you got dirt on your nose. Just there. Did you know?
Okay, is that it?
Yes.
Oh, I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just love it. So the producers, directors, and editors are going to talk to you guys afterwards, okay? So just really good job. I'm so proud of you. You just picked that up, what, a day or two ago? Maybe even a day.
Yes.
You just started that like yesterday or something.
Yesterday.
Oh my God. All right, you got a bright future ahead of you, trust me. Okay, and you're 11?
I'm 11. I'll be 12 November 18th.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool. Wow. I love it. Okay. I'm waiting for Kelsey Lee to come back to us. Kelsey Lee, where are you at? Kelsey Lee? There she is. Are you ready to go if I don't say anything and just shut up and let you do your thing? Yes, I know Kelsey very well. Turn your mic on, Kelsey. Everyone, Holden, turn your mic off. Peter, turn your mic off. I'm turning mine off. Kelsey, do whatever you do. You're muted. You're muted. Is that part of this? That's part of the gig. See?
I'm going to forgive you because I'm on a lot of pain medication right now. You know I died for 15 seconds, right? Spoiler alert, heaven looks like a really nice hotel on Miami Beach. When I woke up, all I could see was my mom's really pretty face in front of mine and then Gretchen's like really big ugly face right in front of my face. And like, they looked so surprised, like not even sad, just like surprised that I could be bleeding. Like they forgot that I was human, okay? Like I've actually been a human person this whole time, okay? I know I was harsh and some people say I was like a bitch, but like, do you know what my mom would have named me if I had been a boy? Reginald. I would have been Reginald if I were born a boy. So honestly, I'd rather be a bitch.
Is that it? Cut. Okay, so you're on mute again, Kels. Can you do me a favor just for me, because we're doing a business class today? Can you like play in your hair or have some sort of activity that you include in this? I don't know what that may be for your character, but just something that I can see you doing something as well.
I'm like in bed, but...
No, I know, just for this class. So just, can you twist your hair or can you play with a rubber band or just something, you know, maybe.
I know, I'm like a bitch.
Like, oh my God, anything. But I just want to see physical activity. You got something you could play with?
Give me a second. I
Okay.
got face here. Give me a you know.
Just play in your hair. Just twist your hair. There. Oh, that works. Whatever.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. There's children.
Okay, they're adults. So just twist your hair, you know, or comb your hair. You know, that would work. Brush your hair or something.
Comb my hair.
Just do something physical.
It's so old. My dad used to say that.
Okay. Well, I'm 53, so I'm old. All right. Ready? And just do. It's about your business today. It's not. You're a great actress. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at business. Ready? Activity. Action.
Okay, so like, look, okay, like, I'm gonna like forgive you because like, you know, I'm on this new like, you know, forgive people thing. Plus I'm on a lot of pain medication right now. So like, obviously I'm gonna forgive you. You know, I died for 15 seconds, right? Like, spoiler alert, heaven looks like a really, really nice hotel on Miami Beach. When I woke up in the street, all I could see was like my mom's face staring back at me and then Gretchen's really big, ugly face, like in my face. And they were just like staring at me. Like what? Like they forgot that I could bleed. Like I'm an actual human being with feelings, okay? Like I've actually been a human person this whole time. And I know I was harsh. Like I know I was harsh, okay? But like, and some people would call me a bitch. But like, I mean, do you know what I would have been named as if I were a boy? If I were born a boy, my mom would have named me Reginald. Reginald. Do you understand? I would have been a Reginald. No. Honestly, I'd rather be a bitch. God. I'm not a Reginald.
Cut.
If someone in this call is named Reginald, I would feel bad.
All I got to say is all you did different was you had physical activity, and it was 100 times different and better, in my opinion. You'll hear from your guests today. They'll talk and share their opinion and wisdom. But I liked it so much better, Kelsey. So we'll get to that. Big round of applause for Kelsey. You guys, it's about taking direction. A director may have a different vision than you have, but the director always wins, right? You always have to give the director what the director wants, even if you don't agree. Now, you can have a sidebar discussion with the director and explain why you believe your character would or wouldn't do that. But on set, the director wins. Otherwise, you're considered difficult, and you don't want to be considered difficult in this
And
business.
replaced.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll go time. Yeah, exactly. So we got about 4 more minutes. Who has not done? Ouch. Who has not done work today? Everybody feel they're complete for critiquing from our wonderful guests? Anybody have something they are dying to share? Any knock jokes they want to tell Peter? Anything that you need to get out before we go to? Okay, Peter, tell me a joke or a knock joke.
I've been on edge.
There you
Okay,
go.
this is for Tony. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Damn, you forgot me already?
Oh, Pete. Okay. All right. So it's on camera, Peter. I want to get this on camera. Will you croon for us? Just really short, couple bars.
Please.
Yeah, okay. I'll croon a little bit. Geez, you put me on the spot.
I do it to everybody. Get used to it. I did it to Adrian when he was directing, I was producing, and he hated me. I would just throw stuff at you.
Oh, God. Strangers in the night, exchanging glances, wandering in the night. What were the chances we'd be sharing love before the night was through? Baby, something in your eyes was so inviting. Something in your smile was so exciting. Something in my heart told me I must have you.
Yeah, let's hear it for Peter. Give him some love. And this, there you go, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. I wore this hat because I knew you'd be on the gig. So,
well, you know, I got the Sinatra fedora back here, so I'll put it on next time.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to have Riker interview our Cindy. If you want to come back on, he can interview you. So Cindy will turn her camera on, and then we're going to start with Rick, though. So Riker is our little guest celebrity red carpet host. He's come in here and sit with me. So
one thing real quick before we just start. It's really short.
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to point out that it's Wednesday, and we wear pink on Wednesdays.
We do? Am I supposed to be wearing pink?
No, nobody got the
Tony, you don't understand. It's
a joke. It's a joke.
Just like
Is anyone else confused? Guys, are we confused? Are we all confused?
I feel content with this.
I'm sorry, Riker, but this one's not for the boys. So.
Not for the boys.
Sorry.
Okay, so what we're going to do is Riker's going to interview Rick. He's going to interview Cindy, and then we're going to talk to Adrian, and we're going to talk to Peter. Avery, I want to say hi really quick. I know your camera's off, but I want to say hi to Avery.
And Tony, after my interview, I'm going to have to jump off.
I know.
Sorry.
I'll get you first then.
Avery, turn your mic on for us, sir. So Avery, you took, I don't know, a couple years of my acting classes, and then you decided you want to be a director. Now you worked with Steven Spielberg on Ready Player One, and you've done a lot of acting. You in music videos with what's her name from American Idol, Kelly Clarkson. So he's done a lot of stuff, but all of a sudden he now wants to be a director. And so we're taking some really, really intensive directing classes. So I wanted you to meet Adrian, and you might be able to work with Adrian and get some really advanced directing. I'm giving you just some basic fundamentals. So Adrian and Avery meet each other. You guys are going to exchange numbers later, and just know that you'll have the opportunity to work with a guy that does it for a living, not just me. Okay. So that's Avery. You want to say hi, Avery? Your voice? You got a voice?
Hey, man.
Did your voice work? Oh, you don't have a microphone. Okay, you have no microphone. Well,
Hola, Mr. Avery. Hola,
Avery,
Mr.
how old are
Davis.
you in hands? How old are you? 10, 18? No, 16? How old are you? 18? You're not 18.
legal 18, I think, right?
I think he's legal 18. And Kelsey, I'm not allowed to ask your age anymore because you're past the teen tween age. But you can share if you want, but you don't have to.
20 in 2 days.
There you go. Her birthday. Happy birthday. Okay. So that's it for the class. We're going to go to the interview section. And Riker, take it away. Start with Rick.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Riker's interview section thing. So, we're going to start with Mr. Rick. He wants me to call him Rick. So, Rick, we will start with you. Okay, so I wrote some stuff down. So you are really, really cool. And I want to talk a little bit about your last film, How Sweet It Is. Or not your last film. It was in, what year was it? How Sweet It Is?
How Sweet It Is was in 2012. Since then, we've made about six other movies. And
Absolutely.
one is coming out in Halloween, Camp Twilight, and Killer Rose will be coming out at Christmas.
And I want to briefly speak to you about, before we get into how sweet it is, because I have a few questions regarding that movie. School Bus. The right behind you, you have this amazing poster. And can you please tell everyone here what the concept of that film is?
That Bus Driver we made for $210,000. And that had a bunch of kids in it as well, about 6 kids under 18. We made it in 14 days in the desert, and they were trying to shut us down almost every day. And we had a scene on a train track, and 6 weeks before was when they were filming on a train track, and the director and producer took shortcuts and someone died. And the director and producer went to jail for a year and had to pay fines. So it was pretty intense.
Yeah, that must have been really tight, really well organized then, if you're filming on the train tracks with that happening right before. So How Sweet It Is, the film. Can you tell us the concept of that film? Because I'm in love with it.
How Sweet It Is a musical comedy about the mob. We call it a mobsicle. And it's about Paul Sorvino. He plays a mob boss who has a hidden love of musical theater. And so the guy who is Joe Piscopo is a down and out director, and he owes him money for gambling. And instead of it, he's going to have to make it with people that owe him money, which is 3 trannies, a woman with anger issues, a crackhead, and like 2 or 3 other people. And he has 2 weeks to write and direct an original musical using these people. And then there's the part about his daughter that he's estranged from. And I'll tell you this, from that movie, Eric Bergen, he had never been in a movie before. He got the lead in Jersey Boys, the movie, and he's on the television show Madam Secretary. Another person we gave the role to, John Slavin, is on 3 television shows because of that. Santa Clarita Diet, Speechless, and Dr. Ken. I know some of them aren't on anymore, but you know, we like to use talents that haven't been seen. And like Tony, we like to go the extra mile to help them, you know, get a break and do things for them. I actually took notes about every single person, if you want me to run through them real fast.
Yeah, please do, Rick.
Starting with you, Riker. You've got a Bieber-esque quality, and you're very charismatic, but you need to stop fidgeting so much in the chair, because people lose what you're saying watching you move around. But that the boyish charm will go a long way. Definitely go a long way. And Tony made a comment before to Kelsey about doing something physical. You can steal a scene without having a line. Whether you pick up a cup of coffee, the way you wipe your lips, whatever you do, you can steal a scene. And it's good to find something that works for you and make it your signature move, because people will look for you for that move. Holden. Holden was overexpressing at first, but once he settled in, he could see that he connected with the character. Mila. Mila's the girl next door. She's adorable. I think she's believable. I think she comes off as a seasoned actor. And I think that she'll do well in this business. Very well. Reese. Reese was believable once she got comfortable. And she definitely could, I see her like in Mean Girl roles. I see her having that look. You know, she's very pretty, and she's gonna just has that look with it. And once she settled in, she felt it. And it's really about having conversations. Forget that you're doing a line or reading a line or a dialogue. You're having a conversation with either the other person or the camera. And the more it feels like a natural conversation, the more people will believe it. Kendall was doing well, and she talked about losing her connection. Every time she lost her connection, she grinned. So it was like a tell in poker. So you can see it happen. So just be conscious of trying not to grin, and I think that'll help. Kelsey, you had a very great comic vibe, and your eyes tell a story. Kind of like Deborah Messing or oh my God, what's her name? She's on Ma. Anna Faris, Lucille Ball. It's the same type. I see you in that same role. Use your eyes, use your expression. Zachary. When Tony made the comment about having you sit up, it was different. You looked uncomfortable when you were laying down, and when you were uncomfortable, your words didn't flow like a conversation. It felt clinical. When you sat up and you got into it, you could feel the role. The second time, you could definitely feel it. And when you're doing something that makes you either you're angry or sad, don't be afraid to show the emotion. Either a tear or punch something or throw something or break something or swear like you have Tourette's, whatever it is, just something so it breaks up that character. And then I have last is Ella. Wow. Ella has a great look. I think Ella's bookable now. I really do. I think that the only thing is when she broke scene, it's just like sports. You play till you hear the whistle. You go because you don't know, because we have taken more scene-stealing lines from stuff that was said after they messed up. Because usually you're more natural after you mess up because you're pissed and you think no one's filming and you act more natural. That's all I have. But I can tell you this, I love working with young talent. A couple of my movies have quite a few. Camp Twilight is big with them. We're going to be doing a lot more with this. And Tony, I'm going to be sending you a swag bag of studio stuff, but we're going to be opening a studio hopefully by the end of the year, if not beginning of next year. It's going to be COVID safe, and we're going to be looking to help people out. We're going to be offering 4 filming scholarships. And we're going to do everything we can. And if people don't have enough money to film, we'll let them film and we'll take a little ownership in it. We want to give a voice to people that don't have one otherwise.
Well, Rick, thank you so much for watching the kids and giving your wisdom to them. I really appreciate the honesty. Kids, you got to love the honesty, because if people are blowing smoke up your butt, ain't going to help you out on this business. So thank you so
Rick.
much.
I enjoyed what you said too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. And I loved your voice.
Oh, Peter.
Man.
I forgot about that.
Big applause for our guest, Rick. He's going to jump off, but thank you for having Rick
Tony.
here.
You guys have a wonderful day. And listen, anytime any of you have any questions, Tony can give you my number. Call me up, ask me anything you want.
All right. Thank you, Rick.
All
Really
right,
appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you for,
So much.
thank you. All right, Riker, we've already interviewed Adrian, so we're just going to go to Adrian's comments, okay? And Cindy's not going to jump back on, so she's working on some show right now. I think she's actually writing your guys' next show called Mysteries, Spies, and Other Lies. So I think she's working on that. Yeah, it's going to be a fun little Nancy Drew, the Hardy Boys type series. So yeah, this is for you guys. Okay, Adrian, did you have any comments, sir?
Yeah, a couple.
I would be shocked if you didn't.
Let's go.
But first off, I want to, what Rick said was 100% accurate. I would agree across the board with his comments. And again, mine are not. Because of the situation with the and cold reads, one has to take those into consideration. The mirror exercise at the beginning, I thought was really cool. It was very natural. And it would be interesting to see that again with more rehearsal and just being able to catch up on each other. But it was so enjoyable. That's why I'd love to see it again. The 3-person scene, like Rick said, I think for me it went in and out, and again I think that it was a cold reading from memory, well, pretty close to. So one has to forgive the COVID Zoom situation where you could easily have gone in and worked with the actors a little bit and just had another go at it. But that's not how a class works. A class works, you've got to deliver your best every time, even if it's improv or cold read. You try to get as close as you can. Like Tony says, your best reading is the one on the way up.
Every time.
And even when you shot scenes, you feel the same, or directed them. You think, I could have done this. But there's no excuses. That's just beating yourself up for the sake of beating yourself up. You've done what you could do in the moment, and that's all that counts. You give your best at that point. You can't second guess yourself up. In particular with film, it's committed. You're done. You might get an opportunity to loop some lines to give a better performance vocally, but your image is there. It's done. Okay. Mila and Holden, I think it was, where you were high. Hi.
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 Hi. It took me a little while to get into it, to see that you were both high. It felt a little bit too conscious, that you were not in the moment. But when I think it was Mila was talking about water, that's when it all clicked. I believe you were both high at that point. And it pretty much carried through the bulk of it. And it dropped out around married. There was a reference to being married. It suddenly became more conversational again. It was a little bit more logical. You were too connected. You weren't in that zone still. That I went to, and this is the other point I was going to mention, particularly with Holden. Be careful in the latter half of it. Again, you'll see it when you see the playback. Be careful that you don't come across as drunk as opposed to high. There is a subtle difference. And you were high around the same time as the water area. You both got into that moment. And I think after the marriage thing, that's when it got a little bit self-conscious. In your case, probably maybe a little bit more drunk than high. And when you play the drunk, when you're high, it tends to come across as overacting. As opposed to being a drunk. When you play drunk, it's different again. But when you're playing a drunk being high, or when you're high and it comes across as drunk, it comes across a little bit over the top. And it was just the disparity between where you nailed it and when you both sort of drifted off it a little bit. Again, have a look at the playback. I might be wrong. Maybe when I look back, I go, oh shit, what did I say?
I think you're spot on. You're spot on. It was this was their first run, but I think it was a little handy versus a more connected. So we just got to connect more.
And I'd love to see it again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you guys want to do it again next week? I don't know if Adrian can make it, but do you guys want to do this again next week? A little more emotionally connected and not so hammy? Does that work for you?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So yeah,
I can hear it already.
Anytime a director wants to see it again, I would say yes.
Of course.
And while we're on directors, Tony's comment about, and this would go to Kelsey, when we were talking about, Tony was talking about it, and Rick was talking about when the last word on the set is the directors. I've been on sets where actors have refused to say a line a particular way. And there are ways that directors can manipulate the actor to come around to their way of thinking. sometimes you don't have time for that. You're on the clock, and I mean, you've probably heard the expression, what's my motivation? You know, it's like, well, your paycheck is the motivation. I want you to walk from here to there. How you get there is your business. So that's something for all of you to be aware of, that you can have constructive comments with conversations with directors aside. Be very careful if you ever argue on set. That's producers see it, other actors feel it, the crew, they go, oh God, here we go. We've got one of them. And it's unpleasant for everybody when it happens on a set. For me, well, I'm Australian, so I'll just tell you what I think. And like Rick said, you know, people are replaced that afternoon. I mean, if you don't know your lines, you're out. I was on a computer game directing an actor who had the script for like 3 weeks. And because it was a computer game, it was still live action, but because it was like a computer game, he thought we could do each line independently. You do a line, cut, do a line, cut, because that's how the game would be played. Except there are movie scenes within computer games where it's just like shooting a regular film scene. And he never learnt the script. And this was 7 o'clock in the morning. We had him on set at 9. By 10 o'clock, he was replaced. We had an actor, we shot something else. We had an actor that I knew back in LA. We were shooting in Utah. I had an actor in LA. Sue, can you come out to Utah? I need you Friday. This was Wednesday. And it was like 18 pages of dialogue he had to learn. And it was one of the crucial characters in the piece. The previous actor had been cast by somebody else. I had nothing to do with it. So I took the casting director at their word. Sewell was able to say, give me the day, I'll be there Friday morning on set. He caught the red eye out from LA on Friday morning, came to set at 7 a.m., nailed every scene and peaked the emotions, and then was wrapped by the end of the day. And that's your competition out there, people who can do that. So, but the actor who had the 3 weeks to learn the script, he'll probably never work again. It's just unprofessional.
Right.
I've done my
Adrian,
homework.
Adrian, I'm sure that's a general blanket comment. No, again, we're not focusing on you, Kelsey.
Oh no.
It's a general comment.
These are all. This is all general.
No, nobody's doing any
I'm
of
just
that.
picking up on what Rick was saying.
Yeah.
No. This is just a general comment for everybody to be aware of.
Correct.
This happens on sets, and what Tony's teaching you in the class about getting closer and closer and closer to nailing scenes. When you don't have Tony around and you're on set, it's all this training that he's imbuing into you at the moment will pay off when you're on set, because you will nail it. My on-camera classes that I used to teach, the actors have one take per shot in a scene, whether it be heavy drama, comedy, a monologue, a dance number, whatever I did in the class, they have one take per shot. They could go on a set anytime and be camera ready. They would know what to do. They would know how to hit marks. They knew how to cheat. They knew how to do pretty much everything they needed to do. And that is the level you want to get to, so that when you go to a set, and you do get a second take or a third take, I mean, that's a bliss.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go 4 or 5 takes, unless you're a Pacino or a De Niro or somebody like that, you may get the scene done, but you won't be asked back again because it's just too expensive. It's too time consuming.
Exactly. So we got about 9 minutes left, and
Okay.
let's everybody thank Adrian for his wise words, and thank you for watching our kids every week. Big
And
deal.
one thing, Ella was brilliant. Is it Ella?
Yes, it is Ella.
Okay. I mean, that accent was amazing.
Yeah, and she's 3 hours different, so it's very, very late for her.
Yeah.
She's on the East Coast, so she probably had to jump. Oh, there she is. I see her. Ella, thank you for staying up so late for us. We really appreciate it. I normally like to do her first, but I had some scenes I had to do. I had to get out of the way. Okay, Adrian, thank you. Stay on as long as you need to. If you have to jump, I understand. Let's go to Peter really quick. We're only got about, I don't know, 8 minutes, Peter, and then we're gonna have to end this Zoom call. So you're on mute. You want to turn on?
I will try to be fast, but I also took some important notes, some specific, some from everyone.
Okay.
I want you guys to study these two terms, presentation versus representation. When an actor is presentational, he is overacting, he is giving you everything in a silver platter with a bow tie on it, and it's artificial. When you're representing, that means you're representing reality. Character means what are you willing to do to get what you want? Backstab, hurt somebody, what's your strength of character? That's where that word really comes from. Characterization is the physical aspect of that character. And that leads to complexity, subtlety, the things that Tony was talking about today, moving around, interrupting yourself. And interrupting leads me to the Mila and Holden scene of getting stoned and high. The reason I like that is because I do drills in my workshops with actors that I call interruption of concentration. There is no period in real conversation. There's only periods in writing. You don't stop talking and expect the other guy to talk after a big time space, unless the director tells you. If you're on a 2-shot, you do what Woody Allen does, you do what Meisner does, you interrupt each other because I'm not done talking and now I got to deal with you because you keep interrupting me. That gave a sense of believability to your scene because there was a chunk in there where you guys were interrupting each other, cutting each other off, and it gave a sense of flow, a sense of believability that you were stoned. I like that. And I do drills on that, and there's 3 particular ones I do. I want to challenge Zach on something. There's something called the mind-body link, solitude, Stanislavski calls it. You have to believe that you are alone sometimes and nobody is watching you, because that's the only way you're going to be free to do what that character needs to do. If you're conscious of the camera, you're going to judge yourself. So I'm going to give Zach a little bit of a challenge. He holds his hand up a lot and covers his face. Physically, he's hiding, and I'm wondering if that leads to him hiding his emotions, hiding his energy, because he's always too much worrying about people. For a whole week, practice not having that hand in front of your face when you're on camera. Let us see that wonderful face of yours. I think you will notice eventually that you will stop hiding in your scene work, because that'll be a mind-body link. If you stop hiding by doing this, you'll stop hiding by emoting. I think that that's going to work for you, Zach. Holden, my goodness, Holden, you are just loving that camera, aren't you? I mean, this guy is either going to be a director or whatever. He reminds me of Ted Danson in a way, because Holden's a good-looking kid, and he's incredibly funny. Adrian will tell you, Tony will tell you, that's a great gift. If you're good-looking and you can do comedy, oh my God. You walk in, I'm going to know you can do drama. You walk in, I'm going to know you do a romance scene. But if you can handle comedy, that was the magic of Cheers. You had Shelley Long and Ted Danson, who were very beautiful people, who were exceptional at farce and satire. So I would work on that, you beautiful people. And a little bit back to Zach. Tony, you nailed it. He needed to bounce off that bed. Any kind of movement that shows that he's trapped and trying to bust out and be normal, you're using opposites. And then I believe when you were talking about your mom, because that body movement gave you hills and valleys. It gave you time to take your time to emote. It gave you time to snap at the camera. Before, you were just concentrating on your language, and people don't do that. My mother and father would argue when they were cooking sauce. They were making the bed. That's how people are. There are subtleties. There are things that there's a mind-body link to characterization. Don't ever let them see you sweat, Tony. When you make a mistake, my first play, Tony was in the play, The Mousetrap by Agatha Christie. I was in it. First opening night, third act, I lost my dialogue, at least 10 seconds of it. And if you're a stage actor, that's forever. But I knew my dialect. I knew the situation. I didn't stop acting. There were 5 other actors on stage. As soon as I said something that was similar, they jumped in, and nobody knew except the director and the other 5 actors. And of course, I was kicking myself in the butt. I was going to quit acting. And he said, "You were great. Some actors are so picture perfect, they make a mistake, they fall apart. But if you can improvise your way through a scene, it cuts down on months later saying, why didn't I try this? Why didn't I try that?" Because when you're improvising, you're letting the spring wells open up and trying everything. I'm trying to go fast, Tony, sorry.
Yeah, you got about 4.
You will have more hills and valleys of movement. It'll control your mind, your speech, your voice when you carry on with the movements. Thank you, Holden, for saying I got a good voice. He texted me that. Thank you. Rick's movie, Tony, you told me about that a long time ago. This was about the mafia guy who wanted to pay back money, and he did it through going on Broadway.
Broadway, yeah.
And you and I know Paul Sorvino. We grew up with the man. He hasn't changed a bit. He still looks the same. Great opera singer. Yeah. It's something you like, Tony. When he did Goodfellas.
Adrian?
Oh,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead, Adrian.
Just because I know you're running out.
Almost done. I'm almost done. Good.
When you're talking about Ivan's prep,
yes.
Were you there when he did the two-step prep? Or two-step prep?
We did the cock-a-pee-pee, and we did the get your hands off me.
Yeah, but did he show you the one that you do in an audition before you go in on your own?
The kick?
No, the same thing, but just by yourself.
Oh, yeah, right. You just fight yourself?
Yep, as hard as you can. Same principle, the same exercise, but you do it to yourself. Okay. And it's a way of getting you pumped up. So you get that blood running through, the adrenaline going.
Right, because you guys aren't acting, you guys are reacting, listening, and being. But acting is not, if you're an actor and you're acting, you're overacting. So
let me finish this because I think it's important, and I may not be here next week. Ella, if she's there, your first line told you your business. You should have came in looking for the frog, and then you pull away from that and do your scene. You said it 3 times. I say, is she going to look for the frog? Is she going to actually look for it? It was in that first scene. So look for the frog. That would have been great business. Improv for the moment. Well, we covered that. Work beforehand so you won't, because you will not get a lot of time at an audition. I've seen actors who do excellent work after 20 seconds doing a scene, and the casting director cuts them off at 8. Casting director knows what he wants, probably in about 10 seconds or less. Don't plan for emotion. Have it outside the door before you even come in. Even though, no matter what the script says, bottle that up. Let us wonder what's on your mind, because you may not get the time. Actors and directors always manipulate each other, Adrian. I was in an acting class, and the acting teacher said, try to do what you want and let the director think he came up with it. And then I'll take a directing class. I'll take a directing class and director say, get the actor to do what you want and make him think he came up with it. So it's
actors think they know that they've tricked the director into thinking.
Stupid actors, man.
Exactly.
You guys, on top of that, I really want to say to you guys what I always did, and it always worked for me, is I came in doing what I wanted, even if it had nothing to do with what the scene was for, just to show the emotional range I had. And then they go, oh, wow, that's great. I didn't expect that. But can you do this? Then you take direction and give them what they want. But at least they got a chance to see what I can do.
In an audition, yes.
And what's important about that, Tony, is if you do what the script says, every single person before you did the same thing. And the casting director gets bored.
Right.
You have to do something different.
Adrian, what?
I was just going to say, exactly what you were saying, as Ivan used to say, give them that option. Go and always do what you want to do. Not
right.
What otherwise directors have watched the scene play out 15, 20 times in the day, and it's like stale. But when someone comes in and does something totally different, it's like, whoa. Okay, it's not right for the scene, but
And the last thing that Adrian said was brilliant, and I want to get this in because you're a brilliant guy, Adrian. It doesn't matter if you're right, if you're arguing. If you're arguing on the set, it's a concept that I learned about from my Japanese instructors in martial arts. You always lose face. It doesn't matter if you have every piece of logic on your side. If you lose your temper, if you get angry, impatient, you're losing face, and that's impossible to take back. Okay, that's all I got.
All right, everybody, big round of applause for Peter. Thank you for coming back every week. Okay, so real quick, let's, Peter, do you have any comment for Reese and a comment for Kelsey? And then I think we're going to wrap it up. Kendall, I don't know why you're not on camera, but that's fine.
Reese is always brilliant. Reese is always cute. That's why I'd like to see her do some edgy stuff, because we automatically know she's going to be a hell of a cutie pie. Kendall is gone, so I don't know everybody yet. So Kendall, I need to know what she looks like. What scene did she do?
She did the scene with Riker.
The three-hander.
Oh! Is that when the Riker was on the bed reading the book, and she was close to the camera?
Yeah, okay. It's a really good book.
They both needed to move. They were both frozen in position too long, which would have gave the dynamics to the scene. If you're reading for real, get pulled away from that and get to the camera. And somebody mentioned that we can't zoom in or cut, so it's up to you. And that's Kendall is good at that. The gentleman who's really good at that is the guy I really like, the guy who mugs, but Holden. Holden is good at manipulating that camera, And she needed to back up, do something around the room because you got a long shot, and he needed to get pulled away from that business. It's a sideline thing that you're getting pulled away from. That's what I meant about complex acting versus relying just on dialogue.
So Holden is our little Jim Carrey, and Kelsey's our Lucille Ball. So you guys are both, there's usually one straight person and one comedian. So to put you two in a scene together might be dangerous. I don't know.
Yeah.
I need a straight person with a comedian. So we'll figure that out. I'll keep casting you guys. So Kelsey, I want to say great job. You took direction from me really well. When you brought business to life, you just shined. And for me, it was night and day from the first one, which you prepared, which was good. But good and great are miles apart. And even though you're the same person, same scene, and good every time you work, I would have, if you were two people competing against each other, I would have taken the second person for the callback. And that's just
I liked you using your camera. I like the way you finally incorporated your business, because it gave you that sense of detachment from anything important, because that's what the character, I think the dialogue said, well, for sure, man, I don't care. And like Tony said, you're Valley Girl. So when you were doing all these, looking at the camera and doing your hair, fit the character beautifully.
Yeah, it was really good. And so Kelsey, we're splitting hairs because you're a pro. So just know we're splitting hairs for you. Everybody, you guys did a really, really good job today. Again, today's focus on class was business, activity, commitment to your intention. It wasn't so much about acting and getting lines off the paper and cold reading. That wasn't today's focus. So just know the more business you do, the more you're going to realize, oh, happy accident. You might stumble. In your stumble, you're going to find some cool things. So be willing to take a risk. Be willing to fail. This is just class. This is no big deal. You want to make the mistakes here in school so that you learn from them and you don't make them out in the real world. So the bigger and the more mistakes you make, the better you're doing. If you're not making mistakes in class, you're not trying hard enough, okay? If you're not failing in front of me, you're not moving forward, I promise you, okay?
That's why they call them acting labs. You mix and match the ingredients and they blow up sometimes. Sometimes they fit.
Yeah, exactly right. But as a whole, as a class today, you guys were brilliant. So again, everybody, big round of applause for our guests. Very grateful they can always jump on.
Kelsey had a question.
Question.
Oh, Kelsey, I'm sorry. What? You're on mute, Kelsey.
Yeah, thanks. I'm a really polite, I hate to interrupt people, so I'm like,
yeah. Go for it.
Okay, yes, real quick thing. What was I gonna say? Right, okay. So did you mention the whole Lucille Ball thing before he said that to him? Because I was pretty creeped out. I was like, what the?
because I see it, and yes, I just tell the truth, even if it hurts your feelings, guys. I'll tell you the truth.
Like when he said before you said it, like, did you mention to him that you thought that? Because I was like, shit.
Nope, never once mentioned it to him.
Law of attraction, it's a real thing.
Yep.
So, Mr. Peter, you said I just didn't fully understand what you said because I don't know. I didn't understand. I was on the bed reading the book and get pulled out of the book. Maybe one more action. What would have made? What kind of action? What do you think would have been better?
Rather than being technical, here's my challenge to you, and answer me this question honestly. Were you actually reading it or pretending to?
I was reading it, but I've read that book 3 times. So.
Okay, you've read it 3 times. Next time, get a book you've never read.
I don't have it.
And actually read it. Actually read it. Don't pretend. Actually read it. And what'll happen is you'll get frustrated you're being pulled away from something you like because you got to deal with this crap. I've seen scenes where actors will walk into a room and they know who's in the room. So I challenge them. I say, you're trying to escape. You want to find an empty room so you can just think. And now there's a person in this room, maybe 3 or 4. Now you got to deal with this crap.
That's so
Don't expect anything. Don't expect anything.
Okay. So you guys, we're going to wrap up class on a fun note. Adrian said he'd love to see the mirror again. Let's do the mirror one last time to end class for Adrian. So all the way to the width of your frame. So actually you're out of frame, you're in frame, you're out of frame. Everyone should be out of frame. Out of frame. Hold in, get out of frame. Both hands. There you go. Now come back in frame. Slow, slow. Hip, your hand should touch. Hand should open up. Open up. Open up. Try to be one. All right, guys. That's a wrap of BSA Live. You guys, we're going to come back next week. We're going to have more work for our guests. I don't know who they're going to be yet, but I'm going to find some great ones like this. You guys, thank you so much. We're going to stop recording, Mila. Go ahead and stop recording.